Home, the North Chapel on Highway 21 in Sylacauga, and the Childersburg Chapel on Highway 280 in Childersburg for pre-need funerals, burials, and cremation since 1975. It is Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Graveside funeral service for Spencer Albaugh, age 22, will be Saturday at 2 o'clock from Evergreen Cemetery. I'll be officiating that service with visitation from noon until 2 at the North Chapel on Saturday. Mr. Albaugh died Tuesday, March the 8th. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Jerry Michael Giddens, age 75, will be Monday at 11 a.m. from Curtis & Son North, with Michael Maddox officiating. Burial in the Alabama National Cemetery in Montevallo at 2 o'clock. Visitation 1 hour prior to the service at the funeral home, and Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, directing. Visitation for Bobby Hill, age 60, of Alpine, will be this evening from 5 to 8 o'clock at Curtis & Son North, followed by a funeral service tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. at the North Chapel, with Reverend Billy Epperson officiating. Burial in the Antioch Cemetery in Fayetteville. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, North Chapel, in charge of the arrangements. Funeral service for Mabel Louise Ruff Landers, age 86, of Sylacauga, is today at 2 o'clock from Ratty Swift Funeral Home Chapel. Reverend Joe Kelly and Brother Burl Landers officiating. Burial in the Marble Valley Cemetery. Mrs. Landers died Sunday, March 13th at her residence. Ratty Smith Funeral Home directing. And funeral service for Kenneth Russo, age 83, of Wagufka, will be Thursday at 1 o'clock from Ratty Smith Funeral Home. Brother John Anderson officiating. Burial in the Evergreen Cemetery. Visitation for Mr. Russo will be tonight from 6 till 8 at the funeral home. Radley Smith Funeral Home directing. Graveside funeral service for Robert Averett of Sylacauga will be Thursday at 1 o'clock from New Hope Baptist Church Cemetery in Sylacauga. Visitation is today 1 until 7 o'clock at Community Funeral Home, 511 Edgewood Drive. Community Funeral Home, Sylacauga, directing. Barbara Smith Dial, age 74, died March 14th. The family will accept friends Thursday from 1 until 3 at Talladega Funeral Home. Service follows at 3 with Reverend Otis Graves officiating. Talladega Funeral Home in charge of the arrangements. Homegoing celebration, remembering the life of Mrs. Ada V. Hunter, age 95, of Talladega, is Thursday at 1 o'clock from Freedom Holy Ghost headquarters with Pastor Kathy Lee officiating. Interment in the Pine Hill Memorial Park. Public viewing is today 3 till 7 at the funeral home. S.M. Goodson Funeral Home, Talladega, directing. Deborah Phillips Gay, age 68, died Tuesday, March the 8th. Visitation will be on Saturday at Talladega Funeral Home Chapel. And that'll be at 1 o'clock with the service beginning at 2. Reverend David Jones officiating. Talladega Funeral Home directing. And celebration of life for Wilma Alma Battle will be Friday at 11 o'clock from Mount Zion Missionary Baptist Church in Sylacauga. Burial in the Lily Road Cemetery in Childersburg. Public visitation is 3 till 6 o'clock at Sunset Memorial Chapel in Childersburg. Sunset Memorial Chapel in charge of the local arrangements. This obituary report brought to you by Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg.